Since its debut in 1993, EA's FIFA series has been on the cutting edge of football simulation thanks to its licensed teams and realistic gameplay. Last year saw the release of FIFA 08, the 15th iteration of the game and the first to be released on the next-gen PS3. Developed by EA Canada, the game features the latest in motion capture technology, allowing the distinctive movements of many of the world's best players, including Ronaldinho and Wayne Rooney, to be successfully inputted into the game. And thanks to 621 licensed teams, 30 leagues and more than 15,000 players, as well as a new and improved game engine, stunning graphics and a raft of new commentators, FIFA 08 is the game of choice for the discerning footy fan across the globe. Previously on the FIFA Interactive World Cup, the gamers who qualified via the regional heats arrived at the Ampersand nightclub in Manchester to battle it out for a place in the finals in Berlin.
I'm feeling nervous. I'm not that bad, but just a bit. Just waiting for it to start.
Well, I feel pretty nervous because everyone knows Chris is like one of the favourites to win.
Luckily, on hand to offer support was a man who's no stranger to international competition, England's Wayne Rooney.
To represent your country in a major final, it's a great feeling, you know. It's something that you're really proud and honoured to do, and I'm sure whoever wins tonight will get that feeling when you go over to Berlin, and it's one of the best feelings you can ever have.
But for Max Fayers, the pressure was off. He has already secured one of the 2 online qualifying spots for the UK.
Guy from FIFA.com just told me the good news that I'm going to be in Berlin, whatever the result is today, so I'm pleased that all the hard work's actually come to something, and now I can relax a bit for the semis and the final, hopefully. And there's not too much pressure on me now, I know I'm in Germany.
But as the tournament progressed, many of the big names started to fall. The competition was wide open as one after another the players bowed out. Until finally Chris Bullard was crowned UK champion.
Obviously, now after the final, I'm delighted to sort of secure my place in Berlin.
And he will be joined in Berlin by semi-finalist and online qualifier Max Fayers.
As long as one of us from Ipswich wins, you know, does Suffolk proud, then I'll be happy.
We can almost help each other out, you know, sort of maybe get together, play a few games, just try and sort of improve ourselves and maybe work as a team to try and bring that World Championship back to the UK.
So the UK legs of the championship are now over, and the winners start preparing for the international finals in Berlin. In the weeks leading up to the Berlin finals, we catch up with a second online qualifier, 15-year-old Danny Taylor from Middlesbrough.
I feel very confident, even though it is my first time, because I think, you know, if I do have a good day, I can do very well in it. I know, like, a few other people have been quite a few times and know what it's all about, but I don't think experience will make too much of a difference if I have a good day. Playing offline will be a lot different because, you know, the kit conditions are a little bit different from sat in your bedroom at home, you know. So I think it will be a lot different, but I'll be able to adapt well and then get back to how I play.
But how does Danny feel he measures up against the other UK challengers, Max and Chris?
Well, obviously, I haven't played Chris, but I know he'll be a really good player because he got through the offline event, which is really, really tough, and I didn't expect to see him get through because there was that many good players going. So he must be a really good player who made it through that. And Max, I've played a lot of times, and I know he's a really, really good player, you know, just as good as me, and I know if he has a good day, that he could win just like Chris could.
We leave Danny practising in Middlesbrough and head down to Ipswich, where we catch up with the other finalists, Chris and Max.
I'm really looking forward to the tournament. You know, the prize money is fantastic at the end of the day, $20,000. Everyone's going to be after that. I'm not afraid of any one particular player because I know that there's 32 players there who are all capable of putting in a performance and going on to win the tournament. You know, there's a reason they've qualified, be it online or in the national qualified. And I wouldn't single out Chris as, you know, the best opposition because I think, although he's going to definitely have a chance of winning it, it's going to be, you know, there's going to be a lot more threats than just Chris Bullard.
But what does Max make of the other online qualifier?
Danny Taylor qualified online along with me. So it's good to have 3 representatives for the UK there. The biggest representative for any country that will be going to the FIFA Interactive World Cup. So I think that's fantastic for the country. Danny, I know personally, he's a very good player. Fantastic finisher. I think he's probably the best finisher on FIFA 08 that I've possibly seen. So he's definitely going to be a threat. I mean, whether he can handle the pressure in the final, seeing as he hasn't played in any previous tournaments, is another matter. But if he can handle the pressure, and if he can gain the experience as he progresses, then definitely he's got a chance as well. For me, instead of practicing more, having known that I've qualified for the tournament, I've actually probably been practicing less, putting in less time. One reason, obviously, is exams as well, and A-levels that I've really had to dedicate more time to. And obviously I want to enjoy time with friends as well. I mean, FIFA, despite the fact that it's a fantastic game, I took a good break from it after Manchester. But I've come back in the last couple of weeks and I'm still playing as well as I was, if not better. So I think I'm improving all the time still. And playing with Chris Bullard as well, shoulder to shoulder, is definitely an advantage.
Obviously me and Max live in Ipswich, so it's kind of ideal to actually get some offline training because the game's a lot different, the pace is different. However, the practice has kind of been light-hearted where we've just sort of played default formations. We haven't really given anything away to each other. It's just basically been getting warm, getting used to the offline features of the game.
Oh, that is a great save.
Last couple of weeks have been interesting because I've also had to train for the CGS on PC, which is a whole different game. So I've had to kind of prioritise my training a bit, kind of split at 50-50. But I think having the break from PS3 has actually done a lot better than worse.
Yet despite the lack of practice, Chris believes he retains an edge over some of his competitors.
I think they might be a little bit sort of wary of me. They know how much experience I do have, so they know I won't be getting nervous. It kind of gives me a sense of power almost coming into the tournament. I know when I sit down there, a lot of players will know exactly who I am, know exactly how I'm going to play, and that's going to affect their mind, the way they think. It might just give me, in some ways, a few easy games if people get scared of me.
But the time for talking is over, as the boys head to Berlin to face the world's best at FIFA 08. All 3 are desperate to bring the title back to the UK. Having checked into the Radisson SAS, one of the capital's best hotels, our gamers settled in and had a chance to meet their international opponents.
My name is Dominic Bosch. I come from Austria.
My name is Michael Ribeiro. I'm 19 years old. I'm from the United States.
My name is Bjorn Diedrichs. I'm 18 years old. I'm from South Africa. And I qualified in South Africa by winning the Interactive World Cup there.
Soon the players were called up for a briefing where they received the official fixture list. And it isn't the best of news for either Max or Chris.
Well, I've got Chris Bullard, of course, the UK champion. Really didn't want to get him because obviously, he knows my game. And I've also got Herzeg, Ramos as well, Spanish guy, top of the online qualifiers. Another great player. And I've also got Buffo as well, the Brazilian, so he's a level 31 online. It's going to be 50-50. We might as well toss a coin, to be honest. That's how I feel at the moment, but I'm still confident because I think I've got to play these players sometime in the competition. Why not take them out early in?
And it's not just Max feeling the pressure. Elsewhere, tensions are also running high.
Has this been seeded at all? It's got like ranks 1, 2, 3, 4.
Oh yeah, so you're trying to say I'm seeded last in the group?
What did you come online?
Why do you never know actually? Because I finished, I didn't qualify online. So
what did you come online? Fourth.
Well, third or
in Europe?
In the world, third in the world. So. I've been drawn against the Indian qualifier winner called Reddy. Coronzo won who got the second place in the American qualifier, and I've got the Slovakian qualifier winner. So none of them stick out as real favourites. So hopefully I can get through. And I suppose the group's been a little bit easy on me.
But how will Danny handle the pressure of his first offline tournament?
Myself.
And how will the sparring partners feel coming face to face against each other in the first round?
This isn't what we wanted. We both have to win.